Keep DLF on your radar, and as per media reports, the company is believed to be in talks with private equity firms as well as property developers to sell its second phase of ITSEZ in Pune, which is measuring about 29 acres. So as per reports, the sale of this the second phase of this ITSEZ can fetch them about 250 crore rupees, and the company is looking to conclude this transaction by the year end. So this move comes in line with the strategy of the company to sell non-core projects and cut its debt by about 4,000 crores this fiscal, and comes on the heels of the 74% stake that it sold in its life insurance venture to Dewan Housing for about 300 crores. Next one will be Tilaknagar Industries, and this too is coming in from reports from the Deal Street. And as per that, the company is again believed to be in talks with global giants like Suntory Holdings and Pernod Ricard to sell 15 to 20% stake, which can fetch them a sum of nearly 600 crore rupees. So Tilaknagar Industries, which has a debt of about 600 crore rupees on its books, is not only looking to clear the debt but is also looking to acquire distilleries as well as regional brands. Another one to watch out for will be Sun Pharma, where its subsidiary Taro Pharma came out with the Q1 earnings last night, and that is disappointing as the net sales are down by about 4% to come in at $153.2 million. Also, its net profit has fallen by about 77% to come in at $58.8 million, and the margins too have contracted by 160 bips to come in at 48%. Looking at some of the earnings that came after market hours yesterday, Gujarat Gas showed a very strong growth in its profit, which jumped by 90% to come in at 101 crore rupees. So this was on the back of higher realizations despite lower volume sales, because the sales were down about 2.5% to come in at 747 crores. Another one was Eicher Motors, that also delivered a very strong set of results with a 62% jump in its profits, and this was led by 100 basis point margin expansion in its Volvo Eicher commercial vehicle segment, as well as a very strong margin in its two-wheelers, coming at 17.8%. Also, its sales jumped up by 48% despite challenging conditions. Well, Strides Collab, Apollo Tyres and Yes Bank were the three stocks buzzing in trade. Strides Collab surged more than 16%, backed by very heavy volumes, as more than 28 lakh shares changed hands. And the counter has seen significant volume as well as price action in the last couple of days after the company received the shareholders' approval to raise the FI investment limit to 74% from the current 52%. And the counter turned out to be the top gainer on the BSE Midcap Index, backed by the highest volume seen in the last 5 months. Next one was Apollo Tyres, that ended trade down 4.5%, extending its slide for the fourth straight day. However, it reacted positively to its first quarterly earnings, which beat the street expectations. The profits jumped by more than 20%, driven by higher contribution of revenues coming in from the European as well as the South African operations, and also as a result of the better product mix, even as the sales remained virtually flat year on year. It also saw a margin expansion of 120 bips to come in at 12.3%, and this is despite the slowdown that we've seen in the automotive industry, which was largely led by lower rubber prices. But the markets weren't too enthused to carry on the cheer due to the grim outlook that we're seeing in the automotive industry. So this counter ended trade with a downtick of 4.5%, backed with the highest volumes in the last 1 month. Lastly, Yes Bank snapped its 3-day drop and surged 6.5% from its 52-week lows when Morgan Stanley came out with a report on all the banks, and it maintains an overweight rating on this bank with a target price of 325. It believes that it is trading at very attractive multiples after the 50% correction it has seen in the month of July, and it is best poised to see a sharp pickup once the economy improves and the interest rates ease. So it turned out to be the top gain on the CNX Bank Nifty, backed by the highest volume action in the last 1 week.